Talk about cameras, and there's never going to be a perfect camera for everything. It's absolutely frigging impossible. One thing I find that confuses people the most is what camera it is they need for the situation, and the question remains always, A, what's the budget? And number two, what is it that you plan on shooting? Are you wedding slash landscape photographer? Are you sports action wildlife? I mean, you shooting squirrels on crack or little rugrats? Both are one and the same thing. You know, erratic moving objects, right? We talk about convenience and dynamic range and speed and tracking. Obviously, the ability to reach out there, a camera that has the glass, obviously so, like Nikon or Canon, for example. Ability to reach out there and get something. Obviously, I'm not going to choose a Fujifilm for that. Fuji does not have the enormous glass. I mean, I couldn't have gone out and taken the shots I did today for 5 or 6 hours with a 200 to 500 Nikkor in the Fujifilm. The Fuji does have the 100 to 400 millimeter. It's not the best lens in the world. I'm not really a fan of the lens, and Fuji's not made for that, and that's perfectly fine. Nikon is not made for what I absolutely adore the shit out of this little camera, excuse my language. The new little X100F. It's got a leaf shutter. Hey, it's a fixed lens. The lens doesn't come off on this thing. 23 millimeter, 35 millimeter field of view, leaf shutter, stealth. Great for candid. For strolling around, people think you're just a stupid tourist with a point and shoot instead of a professional. Leaf shutter, digital rangefinder camera, which, by the way, produces the best straight out of camera images I've ever seen from any camera ever. Nikon doesn't have that, and I don't give a damn. Fuji doesn't have the huge ass glass that Nikon and Canon has. Also, once again, I don't give a damn. Neither should you. I mean, it's the right tool for the right job. Dynamic range and resolution matters in product photography, corporate photography, high-end glamour slash portraiture, not regular portraiture, I mean high-end. Okay, that's what I'm going to choose a Nikon D810, or specifically what I'm mostly saved up for, the Fujifilm 50 plus megapixel GFX medium format camera. I mean, that camera is soon to be mine sometime this year. I would have had my hands on a demo model to make reviews on, but the numbers on them were so very, very scant that it was impossible to get my hands on one. But I'll have my hands on one soon enough, but that's what that tool is for. And it's extremely expensive, by the way. I mean, $6,500. The zoom lens is going to be my first purchase. I think that's $2,300. But, what is it that you're going to do? What's your budget? What equipment do you have? Sports action, well, some people shoot everything, in which case they're kind of screwed because the perfect tool for the perfect job is going to require more than one damn tool. It's kind of like somebody that likes woodworking. Some people only make tables, in which case they need a limited type of tool set. Some people make tables and do all sorts of freaky things. They need a lot of tools to do all sorts of damn woodworking stuff. And the same as photography. In photography, for those people that like to shoot a lot of different stuff, sports, action, wildlife. I mean, I did a lot of bird shooting today, wildlife shooting, and that's not for money. That's just for relaxation. It's fun, and I was doing it for like 5 hours. You can see the sunburn on the side of my face. The thing that confuses people the most is like, well, this is one of my shoots, and there is a right tool for that. There could be sometimes more than one option available. Sometimes not really. Like if someone were a wildlife shooter and they wanted the absolute, the tits for wildlife and bird photography, I swear to God, every hardcore bird photographer has got what I was taking out today. Nikon D500 and 200, 500 millimeter Nikkor are much, much more expensive, like a 600 millimeter f4, which is $12,000. Yeah, very expensive glass. So what are your needs? Dynamic range, is that your need? Is it tracking speed, acquisition for sports, action, wildlife? Is it convenience for stealth photography, for street photography and candid photography? This is it. You'll say, why do you own all those cameras? I mean, I certainly don't need as many cameras as I have, but there is no perfect tool for photography in general because photography covers an enormous broad base, corporate, product. You need some really high resolution, and the fact that you're not enlarging the images that much. You have the great ability to crop. You have incredible dynamic range. Very, very necessary. And also, too, that sort of expensive equipment's a tax write-off. You're going to get into that professionally. Who gives a shit if the equipment's expensive? It's a tax write-off. You know, you're going to make it up in the fees that you charge your clients. So people talk about expensive gear for hardcore pro work. Those people are just whistling Dixie out of their buttholes. It's like, who gives a crap? You're going to do hardcore pro work, you're going to get paid hardcore money if you do a right job. So the cost of those damn tools, you know, doesn't matter a hoot in hell how much those damn tools cost. You know, it's an investment. You're going to make money with that investment. It's kind of like someone investing in a hot dog stand. It's like, well, shit, that's pretty expensive. It's like, yeah, but you could be selling freaking hot dogs, aren't you? Well, yeah, well, then shut the hell up and, you know, drop the money for the hot dog stand. It's the same is true of the Fujifilm GFX or like a Nikon D810. It's like, that's pretty expensive. It's like, who gives a damn? You know, if it's just going to be hobby work, then it's pretty expensive. If you're going to make money at it, then it's not expensive at all. You got to have the skills and you got to have the equipment. Then you're going to drop your work and then you're going to get paid for it, and the equipment cost doesn't matter. So, but that always perplexes people. Now I understand why they're perplexed on the lenses, because there's an enormous amount of choices out there, enormous amount. And so those questions are understandable, but you know, until Nikon drops their new cameras, well, they're not going to drop them, but they're going to announce it in June or July for release in August or September or October, something like that. Right now, there's really two choices. I mean, except for like a used D7200, like a refurb D7200 or a Nikon D3 or D700, for example. So far as current production cameras, I mean, it's like if it's wedding and portraiture or landscape, D810. Everything else, sports action, wildlife, squirrels on crack, you know, speckled-breasted woodpeckers up in the tree. That's a D500 camera. It's just those two choices, and that's it. It's like those aren't the only two choices, but those are the only two choices I'm going to recommend at current cost value. Both of them currently are $2,000 basically. $2,000 a new Nikon D500 and gray market D810 for about $1,899, basically $2,000. So they're both the same price. They're both best at certain things. The D500 does not have the dynamic range, especially for specular highlights. Like, you need a lot of dynamic range for landscape, very important. The D500 doesn't have it. D500 is like a giant eyeballed hoot owl. It blows out its specular highlights kind of easily. So it's something to keep watch of. All D500 owners that have done any serious work with their D500 know this fact. I see even people complaining about it. It's not really anything to complain about. It's like, Jesus Christ, my D500 kind of blows out the highlights pretty easy. It's like, yeah. That camera is also a low-light beast. If I want to take a camera to a club or some sort of dark rave or, you know, some sort of dark, you know, whatever the hell. Shit, I'm going to grab the D500 and a fast lens and I'll frickin' rock it. Like, yeah, D500 will rock it. So, right tool for the right damn job. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like these videos. Hope I can be helpful. But I am on vacation. At least I think I am. Ha 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 ha, yeah. Thank you for watching.